It's sad, dude. Like, because of what Mike Tyson was, right? Like,
I know.
It's sad to see him
Yeah.
like that. He should have never agreed to this stupid fight in the first place because it's going to diminish everything he's built.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are facing serious legal troubles following their highly anticipated fight, which has spiraled into a storm of lawsuits. It all began with a $50 million lawsuit involving Netflix, and now both Jake and Mike seem caught in the fallout. Last Friday, Jake Paul defeated the 58-year-old boxing legend Mike Tyson in an 8-round match. The younger, more energetic fighter claimed victory, but the excitement leading up to the fight quickly turned sour. After the match, a leaked script allegedly predicting Jake's win started circulating online, fueling controversy and speculation.
Big ringside fight could be heading to court. A Florida man has filed a $50 million lawsuit against Netflix claiming breach of contract after subscribers dealt with buffering issues during the Jake Paul.
But here's where things get messy. After the fight, Jake Paul made comments he might be regretting now. When asked if he gave his all during the match, he admitted he wasn't fighting at full force. In fact, he claimed he held back punches, saying he wanted to give the fans a show and felt there was no need to knock out the beloved Tyson. The problem? This was a sanctioned fight, and in the world of fight sports, participants are expected to give it their all. Jake's admission has raised eyebrows and sparked outrage, with critics questioning the integrity of the match and whether it truly adhered to the standards of professional competition.
How you feel about that Mike Tyson fight last night?
Man, I mean, to me, that was like watching some WWE type of shit. I think the whole thing was scripted. The whole thing was just a money grab.
Holding back isn't just unfair, it's against the rules. And Jake Paul wasn't the only one raising concerns. Clips began circulating online showing moments where Mike Tyson also appeared to hold back punches. In some instances, it seemed like Tyson had opportunities for a big hit but chose not to take them. This led to a wave of speculation, with fans and critics alike questioning whether the fight was less of a genuine competition and more of a staged performance. The doubts surrounding the authenticity of the match are now fueling even more controversy, casting a shadow over what was supposed to be an epic showdown. It's not just rumors anymore. Texas regulators and lawyers are now involved. The fight was sanctioned under strict rules, requiring both fighters to treat it as a serious competition. Jake Paul's confession, combined with the circulating clips of Mike Tyson holding back, could be evidence that they violated those rules. If proven true, this could have serious legal consequences for both fighters. Breaking the agreed-upon conditions of a sanctioned match not only undermines the integrity of the sport, but could also lead to hefty fines, suspensions, or even lawsuits. What started as an exciting event is now shaping up to be a major legal battle.
Did you start to take your foot off the gas just a little bit because you noticed he was tiring out?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a bit. You know, I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be.
The potential consequences are far-reaching, as sports lawyer Dan Lust explained. According to him, fans expect fighters to give their best effort in a sanctioned match. Failing to do so is akin to breaking a promise to everyone who watched. This isn't just about perception, it's about trust. Those who placed bets on the fight could argue that the match wasn't fair, potentially demanding refunds or even filing lawsuits. This creates a domino effect, impacting not only the fighters but also betting platforms, event organizers, and sponsors. At its core, this controversy threatens more than just the fighters' reputations. It jeopardizes the integrity of the sport itself, its financial ecosystem, and the faith of fans worldwide.
Talking about this Mike Tyson versus was it Jake Paul fight. And we all know this shit was fucking faked and staged. It was all faked and staged. This motherfucker, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson made a deal with each other. This motherfucker is 58 years old and Jake Paul is...
What makes this situation even worse is Jake Paul's reasoning. He claimed he held back punches out of respect for Mike Tyson, even admitting there were moments when he could have gone for a knockout, but chose not to. Paul said he noticed Tyson getting tired and decided to ease up. While some might view this as a compassionate gesture, many fans are outraged. Hundreds of thousands of people spent money to watch this fight, and for them, Paul's admission is damning evidence that the fight wasn't genuine. The backlash highlights a deeper issue. Fans paid for a real, competitive event, not a staged or softened performance, and they feel cheated.
Did you see that 58-year-old ass? It was wishful thinking for all those idiots who thought they were going to get Mike Tyson of the 90s come out and rip somebody's head off.
Take the Netflix lawsuit as an example. The streaming giant had one primary responsibility: ensuring viewers could seamlessly watch the event. However, technical issues marred the experience, leaving many frustrated. As a result, Netflix now faces a $50 million lawsuit filed by Ronald Blue Denton in Hillsborough County, Florida. The lawsuit accuses Netflix of breach of contract for failing to deliver a smooth streaming experience. The fight, billed as a monumental clash between legendary former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson and brash YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul, drew millions of viewers. Yet for many Netflix customers, the excitement of fight night quickly turned to disappointment, not because of the match itself, but due to Netflix's service failures. This legal battle adds another layer of controversy to an already tumultuous event. Denton's lawsuit highlights complaints from countless viewers who experienced buffering, poor video quality, and even missed entire portions of the fight due to streaming issues. He argues that Netflix's inability to properly prepare for the high demand constitutes a breach of contract, as paying customers were deprived of the uninterrupted service they were promised. This legal trouble mirrors the controversy surrounding Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, adding another layer to the event's fallout. One particularly scathing line in the lawsuit captures the public sentiment. 60 million Americans were hyped to see Iron Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet, versus YouTuber-turned-prize fighter Jake Paul. What they saw was the baddest streaming on the planet. The quip reflects the frustration of fans who felt cheated, unable to enjoy the fight in real time. For many, this wasn't just a technical glitch, it was a massive letdown.
Clip 9.
Netflix has responded to the criticism, revealing that more than 65 million viewers tuned in at the peak of the event. While this figure highlights the immense popularity of the fight, it also underscores the platform's struggle to handle such high demand. Netflix has yet to issue a formal statement addressing the lawsuit, but Denton and his legal team are seeking over $50 million in damages, claiming Netflix failed to deliver the seamless service it promised to customers. As for Tyson, despite being 58, he still showed flashes of his old self, but some moments left viewers scratching their heads. Why didn't he throw more punches when he had clear openings? The lack of aggression in certain parts of the fight has only fueled the growing speculation that something wasn't quite right, leaving fans questioning whether they witnessed a real contest or a performance.
In breaking news, streaming giant Netflix is being issued a class action in relation to the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. TMZ reports the lawsuit is over streaming issues and a breach of contract. Thousands of viewers claim they had trouble watching the fight. Netflix is yet to comment.
Was it because of Tyson's age, or was he holding back too? The clip certainly suggests the latter, raising even more questions. If both fighters were holding back, then what was the point of the match? Jake Paul's confession could very well be the nail in the coffin. By admitting he didn't try his hardest, he made it clear that this wasn't a typical, competitive fight. According to the rules of the sport, once you're in the ring, you're expected to give it your all. Anything less is not only disrespectful to the fans, but also to the sport itself and to those who placed bets on the outcome. Paul's admission adds further fuel to the fire, making it seem like the entire event was compromised and undermining the very integrity of the fight. Now, both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are under investigation. If it's proven that the fight was more of a show than a legitimate contest, the consequences could be severe. More lawsuits could pile up, and both fighters' reputations might suffer irreparable damage. For Jake Paul, who's trying to establish a serious career in boxing, this could be a major setback. For Tyson, it could tarnish his legacy, which has already been built on his legendary status in the sport. However, despite these potential outcomes, it seems that Mike Tyson will bear the brunt of the fallout. His reputation, already fragile due to his age and recent performances, may take the hardest hit, as fans and critics alike scrutinize his actions more than Paul's. Apparently, Mike Tyson is now under a different kind of investigation, one stemming from criticism about his decision to fight Jake Paul in the first place. His performance in the ring, with many calling it one of the most lackluster fights of the decade, has left him facing not just lawsuits but intense public scrutiny. It seems like Tyson is bearing the brunt of the backlash. The legendary fighter may have shown he can still throw punches at 58, but his health revelations have only fueled the controversy. Just days before the fight, Tyson made a shocking confession about vomiting blood and battling a bleeding ulcer, which had everyone talking. Now, questions about his health and the decisions leading up to the fight are dominating the narrative, further complicating his legacy and adding fuel to the growing storm of criticism.
Former heavyweight boxing champion Mike Tyson had a brief medical scare earlier today during a cross-country flight from Miami to Los Angeles. According to TMZ, paramedics had to be called on board the United Airlines flight. The 57-year-old said he was in pain and felt dizzy and nauseous.
During the fight, many viewers noticed moments where Mike Tyson seemed slower and less energetic than usual. Fans on social media quickly pointed out that Tyson appeared winded by the second round, sparking fresh concerns about his physical condition. Some are now questioning whether the fight should have even been allowed to happen, especially given the alarming details Tyson shared in his Netflix documentary just days earlier. In the documentary, Tyson opened up about his health struggles. "A week and a half ago, I was training and feeling great," he said. "But then out of nowhere I felt drained on a flight from Miami, threw up blood, and later found myself on the bathroom floor defecating tar." The boxing legend revealed that doctors discovered a 2.5-inch bleeding ulcer, and he had to undergo multiple blood transfusions. Tyson also admitted to losing over 25 pounds in less than 2 weeks during his recovery. Even after the fight, these revelations haven't been forgotten. The Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, TDLR, is under fire for allowing the bout to proceed. TAA Goodwin, the TDLR communications manager, had confirmed before the fight that Tyson underwent a thorough health assessment. TDLR-appointed physicians conducted comprehensive pre-fight physicals and reviewed Tyson's medical history. Despite these assurances, critics are questioning whether the decision to clear Tyson was the right one, especially given the health struggles he had just disclosed.
He had a problem, they had to push back the first fight because, he had like a stroke on a plane or something like that. I was just scared. I didn't want to see Mike get hurt. I'm happy he's walking out of that ring and he's healthy tonight. So super happy. Everything went well and, it was a spectacle. All the fans enjoyed the show.
Jake Paul himself weighed in after the fight, expressing mixed feelings. "Mike is a legend, no doubt," Paul said during the post-fight press conference. "But knowing what he went through, it didn't feel right stepping in there with him. I respect him for showing up, but honestly, I'm just glad we both walked away okay." Fans are divided over the situation. Some praise Tyson for his resilience, while others criticize the risks involved. One fan tweeted, "Mike Tyson is a warrior, but this fight should have never happened. His health comes first." Another commented, "If the TDLR cleared him, then he must have been fine." Tyson's a grown man, and he knows his body better than anyone. The mixed reactions reflect the growing debate over whether the fight should have taken place given Tyson's health issues.
Thank you so much, Mike. Everyone, show some love to the great Mike Tyson.
Tyson, however, dismissed the concerns in typical fashion. When asked about his health after the fight, he shrugged it off, saying, "I'm fine. People make a big deal out of nothing. I've been through worse in my life." Boxing is what I do. It's who I am. Despite Tyson's casual dismissal, the controversy surrounding his decision to fight isn't going away anytime soon. Medical experts have weighed in, warning about the dangers Tyson faced by stepping into the ring so soon after dealing with such severe health issues. A bleeding ulcer is no joke, said Dr. Marcus Allen, a sports medicine specialist. The symptoms Tyson described, vomiting blood and defecating tar, indicate serious blood loss. Even with treatment, the recovery process takes time, and intense physical activity like boxing can put someone at risk of complications. These medical warnings are adding further fuel to the debate over whether Tyson should have been cleared to fight.
Do yourselves, New York. Hey, New York, New York, New York, you're just like Mike Tyson. You were good 20 years ago. Fuck you, New York. Fuck you. Dumbass Democratic City.
Tyson, however, dismissed the concerns in his typical fashion. When asked about his health after the fight, he shrugged it off, saying, "I'm fine. People make a big deal out of nothing. I've been through worse in my life. Boxing is what I do. It's who I am." However, the controversy surrounding his decision to fight isn't going away anytime soon. Medical experts have weighed in, warning about the dangers Tyson faced by stepping into the ring so soon after such severe health issues. A bleeding ulcer is no joke, said Dr. Marcus Allen, a sports medicine specialist. The symptoms Tyson described, vomiting blood and defecating tar, indicate serious blood loss. Even with treatment, the recovery process takes time, and intense physical activity like boxing can put someone at risk of complications. Despite Tyson's reassurances, these expert warnings highlight the significant risks involved in his decision to step back into the ring so soon.
I think he said you might be next. Oh, I'll kill you, Mike. No, please, no.
People who are out there saying we think Mike's too old for this fight. Tell them what you think about that.
If you think I'm too old for this fight, you need to come tell me in my face.
Whoa.
I love you, Mike.
For the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, TDLR, this fight has sparked a heated debate. Some are calling for stricter guidelines for aging fighters, particularly those with known health issues, to prevent situations like this from happening again. Others argue that Tyson's transparency about his condition should have been enough reason to postpone or even cancel the fight altogether. This isn't just about Mike Tyson, one boxing commentator said. It's about the safety of fighters and the responsibility of regulators to protect them, even from themselves. The controversy has raised significant questions about the role of regulators in ensuring the safety of fighters, especially those who may not fully recognize the risks of competing at an older age or after serious health issues. Despite all the criticism and controversy, Tyson remains unapologetic. His focus seems to be shifting toward what's next, with rumors swirling about possible future exhibition fights. "I'm not done yet," Tyson said after the fight. "People can talk all they want, but I'm here to stay." His defiance shows no signs of slowing down, even as the debate around his health and safety continues to rage.
But then I looked at the training footage. The way Mike Tyson was training before this fight looked way different than the actual fight. He was sweating.
While Tyson's words may reassure his fans, the larger conversation about his health and the decisions leading up to the fight continues to grow. Was this a triumphant return for the former heavyweight champion, or a dangerous gamble that shouldn't have been taken? Well, whatever it was, we know it did little good for Tyson except bringing in some good money. Mike Tyson's return to the ring may not have ended in victory, but it has certainly made waves in the boxing world. After going 8 rounds with Jake Paul and losing by unanimous decision, Tyson has earned a new ranking in the heavyweight division. While his performance didn't secure a win, the fact that he made it through the fight at 58 years old has garnered attention and sparked both praise and concern. The fight may have sparked controversy, but it's undeniably been a defining moment in Tyson's complex legacy.
And then it became very, very evident that Jake Paul could have closed it out in the 3rd round. Obviously, that was when he hurt him, but he didn't. And he could have, he had a number of opportunities, in my opinion, afforded him, but I guess if I'm speculating, and that's all we can do, is that he respected the man too much, respected his image, respected what he stood for, his...
Before the fight, Tyson was ranked 309th on BoxRec's heavyweight list. While this ranking wasn't exactly impressive for the former undisputed champion, it still carried some respect, given his age and inactivity. However, after his loss to Jake Paul, Tyson has dropped even further, landing in 314th place. This shift has sparked heated debates among fans and boxing experts alike. The fight itself was grueling for Tyson. Although he managed to last all 8 rounds, it was clear he wasn't in the shape required to compete at a high level. Jake Paul controlled the pace for most of the fight, landing cleaner shots and showing better stamina. By the time the final bell rang, the judges didn't hesitate in awarding Paul the victory, with one scoring every round in his favor. Tyson's loyal fans are upset about his new ranking, feeling it's an insult. Many have pointed out that Tyson now sits below boxers who have had just one professional fight or those with losing records. On social media, fans have been quick to defend the former champ. Mike Tyson is still a legend, one fan wrote. Ranking him below guys who have barely stepped in the ring is ridiculous. However, others believe the ranking is fair, arguing that boxing is a sport where only recent performances matter. This isn't about what Tyson did in the 80s or 90s, a boxing analyst said. It's about how he's performing now, and right now he's not at the top level. This has become a point of contention, as fans and critics continue to debate whether Tyson's past legacy should weigh more heavily in his ranking, or if his recent performance should be the deciding factor.
What did you think of the fight?
It wasn't a good one.
It wasn't a good one. No. Yeah. Overall, how'd you just see how Jake fought, how Mike fought?
Well, you can tell something was wrong with the Tyson leg, so he couldn't. His balance was off.
Tyson himself has remained silent about his new position in the rankings. When asked about his performance after the fight, he brushed off the loss, saying, "I'm just here to fight. Rankings don't mean much to me." While Tyson's fans continued to debate his new standing, one thing is certain. Even at 58, Iron Mike remains a name that gets people talking. Jake Paul and his team were caught off guard when details about Mike Tyson's severe health issues surfaced after their fight. According to Paul's business associate, Nakisa Badarian, the team had no idea about the heavyweight legend's alarming health scare leading up to the bout. This revelation has added another layer of controversy to the already contentious match, as fans and experts alike question whether Tyson's health should have been more widely known before the fight took place.
Earlier this week, Mike Tyson has been announced to return to boxing. I know in the past you said you didn't want him to fight again. You tried to talk him out of fighting again. Have you spoken to him about this one?
He gets mad when I do this, but Mike's 60, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Who gives a shit what I think? It's not my fight. I love Mike Tyson, personally as a friend, and he's one of my favorite athletes of all time. I don't know, let's see what he can go in there and...
Tyson, who returned to the professional ring at 58, revealed that he feared for his life during a terrifying ordeal just months before the match. The showdown between Tyson and Paul took place in Texas, where Jake Paul emerged victorious via unanimous decision. While Paul didn't secure a knockout, his performance was enough to dominate the fight, with CompuBox stats showing that Tyson connected with just 18 punches across 8 rounds. The boxing icon landed only 4 power punches to the body and missed all his jabs, raising further questions about his physical condition during the match. However, Paul's team maintained that they were unaware of the extent of Tyson's health struggles. Nakisa Badarian, Jake Paul's business associate, addressed the issue on the Ariel Helwani show, saying that sentiment that was shared by Tyson on that post was never shared with us. This statement has added fuel to the controversy, with some questioning whether Tyson's severe health issues should have been disclosed before the fight.
First and foremost, Mike Tyson, it's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike, bro. He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it. He's the GOAT. I look up to him. I'm inspired by him, and we wouldn't be here today without him. This man is...
We had the doctor's reports, we had the conversations with the doctors, and that was never something we thought about, him close to losing his life, or whatever it was he said in the post, Nakisa Badarian clarified further. Every single report we had from his team, every conversation we had with his doctors, was nothing other than he's 100% going to be able to compete starting at the end of August or early September. There were no red flags about his health. We were completely in the dark about what he went through. Tyson's health scare had been brought to light before the fight, but the full details only emerged after the event. Initially scheduled for July, the fight was delayed after Tyson experienced a frightening episode during a flight. Tyson described the incident, saying, "We have options I couldn't believe. I had like 8 blood transfusions." This shocking revelation has added to the already complex situation, with many questioning how much was known about Tyson's health prior to the fight and whether the full scope of his struggles should have been made clearer to Paul's team and the public. Tyson explained how his health battle impacted his fight preparation, saying, "The doctor said I lost half my blood. I almost died. I lost 25 pounds in 11 days, couldn't eat, only liquids. Every time I went to the bathroom, it smelled like tar. It was disgusting. It threw me off. When I continued training, all my coordination, stamina, everything was getting back. I just don't give up." These revelations have sparked significant debate within the boxing community. Some argue that Tyson's team should have been more transparent about his health struggles, while others point the finger at the regulatory body for clearing him to fight despite his recent medical issues. Fans have also questioned whether the fight should have happened at all, given Tyson's condition and age. Many believe that, considering the severity of Tyson's health scare, the fight may have been a risky move that put his well-being in jeopardy, especially for someone of his age. The controversy has raised questions about the responsibilities of medical professionals, trainers, and regulators in protecting fighters, especially those with known health conditions. Paul, who respects Tyson as a legend of the sport, has yet to publicly comment on these revelations. Still, his camp has emphasized that they were acting in good faith based on the medical reports they received. "We would never have gone through with this fight if we thought Mike was putting his life at risk," Badarian reiterated. As the dust settles, this story has left fans and experts divided. Some see Tyson's determination to fight as a testament to his warrior spirit, while others believe he should have prioritized his health above all else. For now, the focus remains on the fallout from this controversial bout and the questions it raises about fighter safety and transparency in boxing. What's your take on this? Do you think Mike Tyson should have taken this fight in the first place, and do you think it did more harm than good? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more updates. See you in the next one.